this could literally turn at any point.
But look at this, the whole line is crumbling.
It's incredible to actually see it live right now.
This could be a legendary comeback.
Whoa, crazy micro moment.
I mean, there's a lot of divisions here.
Hello, Commanders, and welcome to the first ever Commanders in Conflict Invitational, where you, the viewers, have risen the ranks to fight our all-star hero cast. I'm Midgeman, and I'm joined today by Count Christo. Hey.
Hello. It's a great pleasure to be here.
We are going into a very new competition because we have 4 players from our open league who have qualified for this event, and they're playing against all-star members of our last couple of events. In quarterfinal 1, we have Segal, who placed in 4th in our open league, versus SeeMops, our grand champion of the last event. Then we have quarterfinal 2. Now, this is a one to watch for certain. A David and Goliath. We have our last grand champion, and then our player with the most to prove. Then we have quarterfinal 2, Mohammed versus Dankus. Mohammed apparently has beaten Dankus multiple times on Dankus.
So I've heard, yeah.
But Dankus is a force to be reckoned with. So those are our quarterfinals today. We will round out today with a semi-final. We'll repeat the job on Friday. Let's throw it to the caster bunker, where Bo Cohen and Adaway are ready to cast this first quarterfinal matchup.
And welcome to the very first game of the Commanders in Conflict Invitational. My name is Adaway, as always, and I'm joined by Bokoen for this first game. Both players have been picking the maps, and we're starting off with a new map with the Nordwind in the Scandinavian region, and then we'll be going across the Rhine, the fan favourite from last time round, and then Marco Polo Bridge if we go to a decider. There are, of course, a number of victory points in the League of Neutrality Zone. This is an area, if you're not familiar, where neither player controls at the start of the game, and the victory points that they want to control are within this neutral zone.
Tile, we've got mountain tile, a forest tile, and a city tile. So we got all types of combat almost. And it looks like we have a pick from Segal's side, the Commonwealth. Does that mean he is going the bigger navy then? I assume it is. And again, seeing as CMops went the Finnish path, he won't be getting a big navy because the Finns weren't really famous for their naval capacity
Not
during World War
especially,
II,
no.
I assume so. But again, he will perform better in the terrain. And that's going to be interesting to see if Segal can get the raiding off and really mess with CMops' supply. Yeah, and there you go. He's already got the naval invasion support order out, which means that he's got way more supremacy than CMops will ever get.
And there's the war, in fact.
Yeah, there's the wall. And he got the invasion off. No, he's driving across. Segal did not put the battleship there, or any capital ship. That might be actually fatal for him if CMops makes it across.
He's really dry. He's across. Let's
Huge
see
mistake.
If, Segal is responding to this on his side. No, he's not focused on it at the moment. Yes, he's got paratroopers landed south of Narvik, pushing up north to the port. And meanwhile, CMops has captured Stockholm.
Yep. Yeah, it doesn't look like it was CMops' plan to go for Narvik. I think his play is Luleå and Stockholm and then just sit there and hopefully hold it.
As the Allied player control Narvik and the area around it, those mountains, the offensive has got to come down one railway line to get there, which means the supply is going to be horrible.
He should try and get Stockholm as early as possible, but it looks like he's actually on the outskirts of it now. And it looks like CMops is actually trying to open up the front towards Narvik now. He's rolling for the supply hub, as it's looking like. And that's why I said that Segal really had to go out there and just take the supply hub.
The line is being carved right open by CMops. You've got 7 divisions there that are in a bit of trouble, having to counter-attack to preserve their position. You've got a sailing up there to 4, so it's not going great on the Allied side. You know, they're not where the most important battle is happening right now. There's 6 divisions up there that are just sort of, they've fulfilled their task, but they've now got to come south, and it'll take them a while to get down there. In the meantime, CMops is going pretty close to encircling a bunch of troops that will be pinned against the port. The Allies do dominate the sea, so in theory, there's
they dominate the sea, but he's still got an invasion.
There's a naval invasion going on. So I'm not quite sure. I'm trying to see where the Allied fleet is at the moment. It's repairing. The entire Allied fleet is repairing. If he loses that port, he's encircled completely. That's almost his entire
100%.
He's bringing more troops across from Finland. There's threat to his front from the north with these divisions moving south. But they're moving south very slowly because they have very bad supply and very bad organisation.
Yep.
So there's a bit of a counterattack here from Segal. He can get his troops in behind there.
In fact, the Allied Navy's actually not projecting anything right now.
It's
he's
stationary.
Parked it, yeah.
Not on orders. Oh, dear.
But that does mean that if he pushes him out of Stockholm now, it's over. CMops loses his entire army. It's just gone at that point, which is also why it's so cool that this could literally turn at any point. Oh, there is a naval invasion of Viipuri. A mass cavalry invasion just landed on it. CMops tried to deploy units.
That's the capital of the Axis. Helsinki is the capital.
Yeah. He is. Oh, he has landed in all the ports. That is.
So he's
actually
going for
massive.
he's going for the capitulation strategy here, isn't he?
Maybe it's the meme strategy.
If they take Helsinki, they're going to be. I mean, that's 50 victory points. They're going to be right on top of them.
Oh, but there is an encirclement on CMops right now. That is 4 units encircled. But he will be able to push him out because there's no count. Oh no, there's the last stand. Maybe.
Yeah, he's going to recover that from the north there. And then a more static situation around Stockholm, but with bad supply now for CMops. That's been the big change. There's not a lot CMops can do if this Stockholm area loses. Oh, that's a significant attack there by CMops, actually. He's cut the railway line between Narvik and the troops to the south. The supply situation for what those guys are operating, well, I mean, it's just one division now. They've been pushed out.
Ooh, that's spicy. That is spicy.
Green so far.
And at the same time, he's coming in from the north as well with an offensive, if you look at that, and he's winning that one too.
But now, if this naval invasion lands, I mean, there's a lot of divisions here that are going to be in enormous trouble.
Yeah.
That naval invasion is now in red. They're now force attacking.
If he keeps force attacking and CMops is not able to force attack, then he's gonna have a problem there. Whoa, crazy micro moment. It looks like he's winning on. It is a mountain tower, so I think that's gonna. There are some desperation plays coming from him right now, which might actually work. If
15 seconds from the end of the round, I believe.
They're planning a naval invasion. It's actually just been launched. Can they land on it though? He's landing on the sides as well.
From the south, they're not actually attacking into Lulea. I mean, maybe he wants to not get...
And there it is, the full attack coming in now.
It's now from 3 provinces, 35 days to go. Yeah, that's... Oh, it's 8 days.
Yeah.
Narvik under a lot of pressure. We could be heading here for a CMops clean sweep.
Yeah, it's actually really close. He needs to move those divisions.
5 divisions, not
He's
doing
now
anything.
moving them. He didn't micro it, no.
Move them.
Again, I'd still say...
GG. That was a GG. CMops wins the first round.
I have replaced my casting friend, Attaway, with Christo
An upgrade.
himself.
I can only say I think it's an upgrade. This one, of course, you'll be unsurprised to learn, involves our players battling for control of the Rhine.
I don't know what are we looking at from Segal? Is he's doing 12 wins? Oh my
the
god!
The esports division, I love it. I love it. And also, I have noticed that Segal has indeed gone for superior firepower, and I don't know if it's superior, but it is certainly superior in size. He has been training his whole army. I mean, look at this: 432,000 manpower in the field. It's insane. He's got 3 full armies practically ready for this push, and they're all on one front line. You know what I would love to see? I mean, this is not going to happen, but it would just be so amazing. Segal, right? He starts the game. The war starts. He clicks the battle plan, and then he just folds his hands. He can afford to lose this. Look at this wave pouring across the German plain. There we go. We are seeing Amsterdam falling, it looks like, to CMops. They did manage to invade into Amsterdam. Okay. Even with the lines fully joined, there is no slowing it down. There are no brakes on the infantry equipment train right now.
It's incredible to see, actually see it live right now, to just see this wave of troops. Because CMops does not have the units to cover the entire front line. He doesn't have the micro. Look at that. He's almost getting it circled in the south. This is... Ooh.
The ability to regain the initiative is going to be hard. Every day he holds on here, the situation will sway in his favor.
Segal has put his battle plan to aggressive, which means they will always attack. CMops will have to constantly micro his units out of battles if he wants to get them and fight them.
Mighty penetration behind the line, and we're looking at managing to close up a pocket. But look at that, the fall of Paris. Every time these battles keep going, casualty ratios still looking pretty good for CMops. If he can stabilize, he might find himself in an advantageous position. Now that the south was focused on, we have a breach through what else? The Ardennes forest. Right,
the classic.
The absolute classic is happening.
He's shaking his head. He is shaking
it's not looking good. Paris falls, and the troops continue to push on towards Normandy.
And this is where it comes in, that these players have been playing for 6 weeks, and they've been practicing this, and CMops probably doesn't even know. Look at that. That is going to be the fastest game we've ever seen. No way. I'm just happy to see the strategy deployed. I've been told so much about it, and now I finally saw it, and I'm like, I'm sad I didn't think about that.
One more round to go to decide which of these players goes into our semi-final, and we'll have to see how our players evolve and adapt in response to just how dominant Segal was. CMops up here in the north in the Axis, and Segal down here in the south in the Allied nations. One thing that's worth noting, Segal does have some artillery in production now, and is pushing a little bit differently, so not going for the pure gun rush that we saw last time. It looks like Segal is currently planning a Paradrop into Shanxi.
We love to see it.
And here
no
we
Navy
go.
invasions at all.
We see immediately the successful drop into Shanxi, and we're really seeing the speed of CMOP's army here being displayed, right? We've moved in, it's been 10 days. We've got a kind of 9-province advance down from Beijing by CMOPs, and if CMOPs can hold Jinan, it's really, really going to put the pressure.
He didn't hold it, though.
Oh, no, he's
Allies
pushed out.
have got in, and the thing is...
Well, they might get back. Oh, look at that. The second the pin is gone, the 3-pronged attack. Beautiful micro from Segal there. And there we go. If we come over here for a second, we can see the strategy to hold it. And look at this. It's actually even smarter. So Shanxi is supplied because it has a river connection over here.
But Segal's in a great position because he's got a lot of divisions to man the front.
But look at this. The whole line is crumbling. Yes, this looks bad, right? We're seeing CMOPs' line get weaker all the way along the front. The question is, can Segal really capitalize on those victories? It's a long way to Beijing.
If he takes this supply hub and can hold it, all of these troops down here are going to be in a lot of supply problems.
We now see the tank deploying north of Jinan as well, melting its way. Threat of an encirclement.
Yeah, that tank now doing a lot of work.
Bold.
Yeah, he's using his superior numbers here to just leverage a much wider part of the front line. He's getting hemmed in a little bit here.
There it is.
The line breaks, and there goes the supply hub.
It's gone.
The situation for CMOPs' army is not
disastrous.
Good.
He is somewhat saved by the fact that the retreat has been somewhat uniform. It looks like the defensive line has stabilized, though, and the question now becomes, can CMOPs capitalize on having stabilized the front to turn this into a winning position? But with only half a year left on the timer, a little bit more, and everything still to play here for.
So,
very interesting move from Segal, deciding to launch a counter-offensive all the way along the front right as CMOPs arrives, perhaps intending to face the enemy's defense rather than break through, but with mostly infantry divisions, that seems like an interesting strategy.
That's a big offensive, though, from CMOPs. He's got a lot of red bubbles there for Segal. He's got 11 cavalry divisions going around the back.
Oh my god!
Oh, he's going to try and beat
Oh my god! CMOPs, zoom out, man! Oh my god, it's all crashing down, and now suddenly he's going to find himself in a
look to the north.
devastating
supply
position. He's noticed. Holy Christ. He's taking his hands off the keyboard. During this whole period, he has gotten some of his divisions encircled. Oh my god! The number 1 seed was just cavalry VP rushed to death.
Well. We've just had our number 1, our grand champion from last time, evicted from the competition by the seed 4 slot of the Open League.
Absolutely amazing strategy by Segal. I don't even know what to say.
Oh, buddy, your face at the end there when you finally zoomed out and saw that cavalry. You just put your hands together.
I didn't expect it. Yeah, I died, unfortunately. But I had a lot of fun, man. I like the new maps, too. They're really funny.
It's been lovely to see you again, and we hope to see you in more streams later. But for now...
Hopefully, man. I had so much fun.
Well, Dankus, who is considered a very, very good player, playing against not the number 4 seed from the Open League, but the number 2, and for quite a lot of the Open League, the number 1 seed.
I'm excited. I think this is going to be a banger. We've got 2 really good players.
We're starting off on Nordwind again, and then across the Rhine again in second place, and then Sonnenblume as a 3rd edition there, which is different to before.
Both of them have been researching the plane technology, so we will see an air battle, and I assume that is important on this map if you are relying on transportation of supplies via land, obviously.
Imperial Japanese Navy.
We're going to see a Navy brawl.
Has come out. So it's Navy, and it is Navy on the Allied side as well.
Yeah.
Because Mohammed, who I will switch over to now, has gone down the Commonwealth 8th Army focus.
Yes,
which is giving him the Mediterranean fleet. So we'll see a big Navy fight. We've got plans all over the place already being executed. They're going to move as soon as the war declares, which is in 3 days' time. Dankus, what is happening? There are no offensive plans.
And the majority of his army is just standing there in the middle of his country. Yeah.
There we are. Here's the war. So there is a railway being built here by Dankus to try and catch up with his troops as they advance, but it's very slow going. On the Allied side, you can see Narvik and Tromsø held here. No great advances but outside of those perimeters yet.
I feel like Dankus may have been taking this a little too easy, or maybe he's got some master plan.
I either think this is a bad start, or Dankus has got this 25 million IQ mega play that's going to arrive in the next 20 minutes and just completely transform our appreciation of the situation. Yeah, I wonder how Mohammed's feeling now. He must feel like this is all a little bit too easy.
And he's even captured all the supply hubs up there now, so Dankus is not going to be in a favorable position to move forward. He got gifted Stockholm. There wasn't wasn't even a fight over it. Mohammed is preparing an invasion of Dankus now. We've got multiple ports that he's planning something for with the Marines now. And at this point, even if we look at the casualties of the war, there is none. They haven't even fought each other.
Zero casualties. I'm desperate for like an offensive plan from Dankus of some kind to show us that there is a plan here.
He's going in for a battle, the naval battle.
Here we are.
There it is.
That's it. The moment.
Finally.
They're trying to retreat. The allies are retreating.
If Dankus catches him again, he could wipe the fleet, and then he needs to utilize that he wiped the fleet. But we'll see. Yeah, I think this might be the end of the Allied fleet. Heck.
So Allied carrier sunk, Allied heavy, 2 Allied cruisers sank, battleships sunk. I said at the start, like there has to be some play from Dankus, but it's just not materialized so far. Okay, here's a naval invasion from Mohammed. Dankus has now got to try and deal with it, and yeah, Dankus is having to react now to these cavalry divisions. There's 2 games in a row we've seen this cavalry spam at the end.
He does have another 22 divisions in
Oh, it is weakened actually. I'm looking at Mohammed's defensive Stockholm now. There has been thinned.
Just look at how many men he's assembling on Åland right now.
We've got 19 divisions.
And this could be, if they're fully planning bonus into that tile, that he might be able to reinforce meme him, as we use the term. Huge news though, we have reached 7,000 casualties.
Here we go. Here's the attack across the strait. Dankus has done an attack. That's literally the first one he's done.
He is doing a little bit of damage, but not a lot. And the org bars are barely even moving right now. Is the air battle going? Yeah, there is red air.
Yeah, red air.
For Dankus. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because he's flying from Finland. They're too far away.
But this can't be the strategy. Come on. So he should have Marines for this. Okay, he is getting desperate now, so he moved some units out. I think this is it. Like, he's going to GG if this doesn't work. That's my guess.
Maybe if you naval invaded the provinces around it to then deny like the reinforcement tiles. I think Mohammed knows he's winning.
Yeah.
There seems to be some mild celebrations going on.
The fact that he didn't have a plan from the beginning of the game. I'd actually like to ask him, did you have a plan?
He's just won. I mean,
straight up.
He took the victory points at the start. They didn't change hands. They weren't even really threatened.
It's a new round. It's a new story across the Rhine. Dankus as the allies, this time Mohammed over in the Axis. Both players going rapid industrialization early on, so no great hints about where they're going with that. Now, I'm really excited to see how this war starts, because I feel like across the Rhine, it's one of the most decisive maps. When things start going against you, they keep going against you. 260,000. He did get some out right at the end there. The naval invasions are at sea. It's 10 cavalry divisions. Ooh, they have been, some of them, intercepted. No, they made it straight past the enemy navy. But Dankus is raiding quite a few of them. They are landing a good rush up to Amsterdam. He's rushing Paris. It looks like Paris is about to fall. Dankus has troops nearby, but he hasn't seen. Okay, now he sees. Now he sees. Once again, oh my god. Once again, the Axis's tanks are driving through the Ardennes.
Oh, he is one tile away from pocketing 11 divisions right now.
The light tank is trying to push in there, but no, they managed to withdraw.
No, he's got it.
Oh no, the other side!
No,
the other side!
Now, Dankus has broken it out, but will Mohammed be able to pin him in position? That is the biggest question, because Dankus is trying to move in and save them. He's lost one. He got it, but will he be broken out? Oh my god.
Right.
I just don't think there's any, like, he's not, there's no counter to this. I think you're right. You would just have to, like, counter it with the same strap.
It feels like you have to match it blow for blow. But honestly, it felt like Dankus was trying to do that, but just, I don't know, I guess he just went a little bit too hard onto the infantry. It's not over yet, and the casualties are beginning to tell. 80,000 more dead on Mohammed's side. He's definitely not giving up, and I respect this. He knows that if he can just hold the line, maybe his production can begin to hold things for him here.
But Mohammed is making a crucial error. He might lose 16 divisions in Dunkirk. We are going... They're getting Dunkirk. He's getting Dunkirk. Good. He's pulling out, though. He did pull out. He got him out, but...
Are they going to get raided? That could have been the difference maker.
If he can consolidate his lines and not lose the territory, this is what I was emphasizing earlier as well. You get the production, but he needs to consolidate, first of all.
That's risky, though. That's risky because Dankus can close it up behind him. Yep. That's the light tank. This is looking good for Dankus. This is looking very good for Dankus.
This could be a that's a light tank going right there.
That is tank division on the axis.
All the divisions, or a lot of the divisions retreated into the pocket, so we've got 4 divisions in that pocket now.
Oh my lord, it is not looking good. I mean, this could be a legendary comeback. Mohammed is doing a lot of attacks that are not working, and there is a very dangerous encirclement. That's what happens when you don't have a tank, and your opponent does. That is not good for Mohammed. We are seeing a serious fallback to the Rhine, and now it may come down 2 victory points.
I believe there's going to be a GG soon because Mohammed is going to realize he cannot, because he can't push back. This strategy was 100% into knocking Dankus out early. It's 100%. What is he going to do now? How is he going to take back Amsterdam? He has no pushing units anymore. It was all down to overwhelming your enemy with sheer force.
Well, here is what he's going to do. He risked it all, and sometimes, that's what you got to do.
He has tried to go to Wilhelmshaven as a desperate last thing to do, but...
That's the GG call. That's the end of round 2, and that is a point for Dankus. We are here for the 3rd round of the 2nd match.
It can be a bit of a slugfest, this map. The front line is, I think, as narrow as it ever gets on one of our maps. In places, it's only going to be 3 or 4 provinces wide.
Yes, going straight to Crete, straight to Benghazi.
They're just 6 width paratroopers.
And that province just one south of Benghazi is the airbase, I happen to know. Whereas we have 20,000 infantry equipment. Interestingly, a naval invasion going for Malta. Much slower.
It's much slower.
Much slower, but doesn't seem to need to be fast.
Dankus
is... let's go to Dankus' perspective here. We can see that he was actually just trying to launch into Malta and so nearly got it.
Yeah, that must have been hours because it was green and then it just flicked to yellow, I think just in time for Mohammed.
Absolutely. Seconds of difference.
There's 2 paratrooper divisions from the Axis side dug in there. That's going to really frustrate Dankus' progress. He's now got to stop and clear them out.
Yeah, it's going to slow him down. Whether it will be meaningful, that slowdown, we are going to have to wait and see. And there we go. Land connection made. And very shortly, we're going to have the victory point falling. As we all know, Dankus is a heck of a player. And Mohammed will find himself at some point inevitably faced with a mighty attack that he's going to have an answer for.
Yes, Dankus is thinking about it.
Okay.
He's gonna push up.
He is looking like he's succeeding. Potentially, the shore bombardment is really helping him out here. So far, the line is holding, but this is what it comes down to. And in the air, Dankus is currently reigning supreme. Now, we were talking that Mohammed needed some kind of answer to this problem.
The answer is a absolutely gigantic naval invasion.
I mean, I'm not optimistic, but oh my god, there's
no defenders. There's 2 divisions.
There's 2 divisions and 4 available to rush deploy. But this, I draw your attention to the fact that this is not a meme. These are actual troops. These are actual divisions with serious combat wit.
They are.
Some of them with serious veterancy.
Yeah. Here's Dankus.
It's launched! Here we go. Okay, let's watch this from Dankus' perspective. Landing both sides of Alexandria, what a play. Landing east of Port Said successfully.
He's on top of it, but it's...
Certainly noticed.
He's got situations all over the front at the moment.
This could go either way, honestly. This could really go either way. Attempting to rush south to cut the train line over to Benghazi. So far, not successful. No luck pushing in here, but forcing his troops to stay present. Alexandria encircled. The Suez being crossed. Troops landing west of Port Said.
He's going to take Cairo.
Whoa, he sent so many of his... I didn't realize it was this thin.
Mohammed has gone completely all out on this naval invasion.
That is
Dankus has hit him with the punches on the land now.
Cairo has fallen, though, meaning that Dankus' military production essentially just ceased.
Yeah, 55% towards capitulation now, Dankus.
It's not looking good. The naval invasion is now being annihilated. The damage is done.
The front line has been pushed back, and I've just noticed the casualties. Japan, 153,000. Sorry, 63,75. It's going up faster than I can count.
And it looks like
he's smashing through the front here as well.
Not microing this.
Going to Mohammed's POV. See how he's responding. It's all sort of spiraling a bit here.
This looks bad. Mohammed. This looks very, very bad. And that's the GG.
And that is the GG.
Wow. I mean, Mohammed, he knew he had to play.
Head in his hands.
Devastating.
There we have it. The second big GG, as we call it here, of the day.
Mohammed really tried to get the knockout blow on Dankus there. Like, he wanted to take down what some see as the king, because he is good at micro. And he went all in. But we were talking about, as we were watching it, if he fails that naval invasion, it is over. Unlucky for him, he didn't get Cairo. Oh, no, he did. Did he get Cairo?
He did get
Cairo,
yeah.
But he didn't get the port. And the port is all you need when you do a naval invasion, because otherwise you're just going to lose your troops eventually.
Let's see the man himself. Let's talk to Dankus, shall we? I expect nothing less. How was that?
The first map I'm not proud of.
You shouldn't be.
Yeah, but I needed my rest, so I rested on the first map, and then I can, get going on the new maps,
Thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure as always, Dankus.
Yes, thank you.
Things have been heating up so far today. 2 of our players have gone home, and the winners are ready to face off to decide which of them deserves their spot in the final.
And welcome everyone, one and all, to the first semi-final of the Commanders in Conflict tournament. I'm joined by Bo, and we're going to have hopefully a really interesting game.
I think step one of his master plan should be advance forward. But try and take just one immediately.
Swap over to Segal's perspective, see if he is doing too much.
Maybe it looks like there's some lag.
We are
you can see
pausing.
the
There may be some kind of lag. We'll switch to Dankus' POV.
Dankus is partying right now.
Commanders, I have some unfortunate news. Due to an unforeseen technical error, our semi-final today will not be taking place as Segl is unable to continue playing. Therefore, Dankus will be moving through.
It's unfortunate, but, you know, technical things happen. Unfortunately, sometimes the internet dies on you when you wish it hadn't.
There are plenty more games to come, as we've got Group 2 tomorrow with our first quarterfinal with SumZero versus DiscardPixel, and then we've got Near versus ThatGuyFromCollege, last time's runner-up. Make sure that you vote for who you want to see in our show matches on Saturday. Everyone that you've seen play today that hasn't made it through to that final can be a part. So definitely make sure you get voting. Make sure your favorite from today gets to play against whoever the two from tomorrow are.
Mm-hmm.